Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another thrilling episode of Beer 30. This is Rusty 78609 at my home base near Kingsland, Texas. It's 85 degrees, about 5:30 p.m., and it is Beer 30. So, Prost, Skol, whatever it is to you, here's to you. Das ist gut. Anyway, what I wanted to touch on in this exciting, thrilling video is the fact that I have discovered the meaning of life, guys. I have. Of course, I discovered it many years ago, and I've kept it to myself, but now it's time to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. Here it is. Write it down. The meaning of life is it gives you something to do. Think about it. That's all the meaning of life is. It gives you something to do. Live, okay? Living is something to do. If you're dead, you're not alive, there's no meaning. But if you're alive, the meaning of life is live. God, I came up with that. Write it down, guys. These are world famous quotes. And also something else I wanted to touch on, since we have this new disease trickling around the world. I'm not going to get into the political part of it or any of that crap because I have my own personal opinions, and I'm sure all of you do too. But as some of you may recall, particularly you folks over in Europe across the pond, so to speak, that in about 1930, or scratch that, 1930, in the year 1347 to about 1351, based on what I can recall from listening to or reading some stuff earlier today. Yeah, 1347 to 1351, Europe was stricken with the Black Plague, and it makes this virus look like Ned and the First Reader. Of course, it was transmitted by rodents and probably some other things, but be that as it may. It only lasted 4 years or so, 3 to 4 years, I think, but it erased between 30 and 50% of the population of Europe, and then it moved on to Russia. So, think about that. 50% of the population is gone. Is that now there's a plague. There's a, what do they call it now? It's whatever, it's multi-country. It's called, it's not on, it's a viral something anyway. I may think of it. Oh, a pandemic. A pandemic just means that the disease is in more than one country and it's spreading or whatever. That's a pandemic. It doesn't increase or decrease the amount of illness or the amount of cases, but it's not based on the number of cases. That's just a word that explains that it's worldwide. It's a pandemic. It's not an epidemic, which is like has an epicenter, a narrow point. But, believe it or not, even though the Black Plague was horrible, and it was, obviously, but there were some benefits that came out of it. And there's always upsides to the terrible downsides in anything almost. The upside of the Black Plague was it improved the medical system in Europe. Many improvements and scientific breakthroughs were made during that 4-year period. Another thing it did, which was a major benefit for the world, was it broke the feudal system. The old serfs and the kings and stuff, that busted up that party really big time. And what happened, since there were so few workers left alive and also so few landlords left alive, that everything changed. All of a sudden, a guy could demand a wage and get it, because there was nobody else to do it. And also they could develop their own land, and a lot of things came along as benefits from that. And but it's just amazing how that was a total disaster. 30 to 50% of the population wiped out, kings and all kind of people, and be that as it may, you couldn't buy your way out of it. And the same way with this, you're not going to be able to buy your way out of this, whatever it is. But I don't, again, this is not the Black Plague, I guarantee you. But hurricanes, a terrible thing that, but particularly if you're in the area where the hurricane hits. But believe me, there are some benefits of hurricanes. It cleans out a lot of debris. Of course, it creates a number of jobs after the hurricane. The rebuilding creates jobs, boosts the economy. Same way with floods, same way with tornadoes and all those things. It's a horrible downside, and it's also got an upside. Everything does. And like me, I was thinking about, cataract surgery. It's not exactly it's easy now. It used to be years ago after cataract surgery, you had to wear these thick, dark sunglasses and look like Ray Charles. But, that's all gone now. The benefits of cataract surgery now far outweigh any of the downsides because it actually enhances your vision a great deal. I mean, I'll probably have it done in the next year or two. I'm in no hurry, obviously, because I see fine right now. You can tell by me wearing these sunglasses. But anyway, the purpose of Beer 30 today was just to give you the meaning of life. It gives you something to do. Beer 30 is something to do, so that's part of the meaning of my life. That's amazing. All that happiness, or not happiness, but all that elixir packed in that one can. But what else can I tell you guys? I think I'm going to be going out to Capitan probably here in the next 3 to 4 weeks, in that range. I got a hold of an internet provider in that area out there called TDS. They say they have service at my lot, and I set up the service to be installed on April the 20th. I plan to be there around that time, and I can always call. They told me I could call and change the date, no problem. Just give them the order number and they change it. And it's about $50 a month, $55 a month. They say 100 megabits per second down and 20 or 30 up. Yeah. I believe in the Tooth Fairy too. If I get 30 megabits a second down and 5 or more up, I'd be tickled to death. I mean, I've never had that kind of service. I know you guys that are on cable, you expect that, but when you live out here in the boonies and all you've got is Rise broadband, where 15 to 20 megabits per second down is great, and 2 to 3 to 4 megabits per second up is about top dog. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's just beautiful here today. I went triking around the neighborhood and talked to some people that are snowbirds that are fixing to go back to Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. They'll be leaving on April the 1st and going back. They've been coming here for years. Most of them are in their, I'd say 70s and 80s. They've been coming here for years, like I said. But there were several of them that were interested in the electric trike, and I told them about it and gave them the cards from electrictrike.com. And so, anyway. But it's a good life if you make it that way, guys. And this is just another bump in the road of life. And, how it affects you. Well, see, the thing about the Black Plague is it killed everybody. I mean, it didn't matter if you were old and infirm or just young and healthy as a bull. It got you. I mean, it was that bad. I mean, if you got bit by a rat or exposed to the disease some way, you went down big time. Here we got a virus. Supposedly the upside percentage of the death rate is around 2 to 3%. We think that's horrible, and it is for those people involved. I mean, if you had the virus, you'd be thinking, 0% would be good. That's the way I look at it. I want 100% upside, you know what I mean? But what can I tell you? Behind me, I don't know if you can see my Casita RV or not. I full-time RV for those of you that just stumbled into this video by accident and are probably wondering what you got into. That's a Casita RV behind me, if you can see it. This is a metal cover, concrete slab. This is my home base in Central Texas. I also have a home base in Capitan, New Mexico that I'm just starting to fix up a little bit, and hopefully in this year that I'll get it pretty much the way I want it and keep it that way. And I'll go out there for the summers as long as I can, and then when I can't, well, I'll do something here. I've looked at tiny homes and all kind of stuff, but I may end up just keeping the Casita because every time I think about doing something different, I end up coming to the conclusion that the only thing I would gain is space. And the answer, the question there is do I need more space? And the answer is no. I'm completely comfortable in that 84 square feet there, And I know I didn't mean to show off, but this is a Gildan t-shirt. I think they're about $3 or $4 a piece if you buy them in bulk, like 5 or 6 in a package. I know. I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to show off, but when you got it, flaunt it. You know what I mean? And when you don't have it, flaunt it. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter whether you have it or not. Just flaunt what you got. I mean, you can't flaunt something somebody else has, so flaunt your own stuff. So what else, guys? Spring has sprung. Fortunately, there's a little cloud cover there, enough to keep me from toasting here and cooking my phone while I'm doing this Beer 30. But I thought I'd do this. We haven't done this in a while, and it's a fun video, and I usually get a lot of good comments. And we got a good group on my channel, and I appreciate it. Rusty's Rangers, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, because I notice in comments that someone will leave a comment asking a question, and then somebody will fall in and respond with a solution. And that's what life is. Getting a little help every now and then doesn't hurt. So, what else can I tell you? That rocking chair over there is rocking, and there's nobody in it. That's okay. They come here that's Trike Man. Trike Man sits over there and rocks in that other chair. I've got a camping chair that folds into a rocking chair, and Trike Man's using that. But anyway, guys, so just remember two things from this video. One, the meaning of life gives you something to do. And secondly, this thing we're into is nothing compared to the Black Plague in the mid-1300s in Europe. I mean, think about that. So, we're on the upside of life. Actually, we're living the best times of the entire history of the world. More people are eating good food and drinking good water than ever in history. There's virtually no war anymore as we knew it many years ago. There's still a few little brush fires, and the wars now are fought over the internet. Now it's cyber attacks and stuff like that. And that's going to be the future, and drones. There's not going to be Air Force pilots doing dogfights and stuff because they won't be able to hang with a drone because they can't pull those G's, whereas a fighter jet with no human in it can do some cute stuff. And, and they can make them smaller, bigger, whatever they want to do. But having said that, just potpourri of thoughts here. Potpourri, just a lot of generalizations. And again, here's to you. Have a drink, have a drink, have a drink, have a drink on me. Everybody have a drink on me. That's good. See this little cover here? It fits on the cans. I usually get the 16 ounce that have the screw off top. They didn't have them. So I bought some of these months ago, and they just fit right on top of the can like that. And yeah, it helps. All I want to do is just keep bugs out, because what we've got here occasionally, not often, honeybees, and they will. They want to get drunk. They want to get down, and they do. They get right down in the bottom of your beer, and you end up swallowing the dog. Have I ever done that? No, I didn't swallow one, but I got one in my mouth one time, and it was humming. I thought I was singing a song. But anyway, having said that, thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Well, you know why. And it doesn't cost you 1 penny. So if you want to, do it. If you don't want to fool with it, I don't blame you. And then what else? Drink plenty of water, 3 or 4 quarts a day. It won't hurt you. It's good for you. Help you avoid gout, kidney stones, help you lose weight. And the only way to really lose weight, to eat less. So what else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in deeply through your nose or your mouth. Doesn't matter. Just take a good deep breath and then breathe out slowly. What does that do? Lower stress. What does that do? Lowers your blood pressure. Is that good for you? Yeah, get you off those blood pressure meds. Do it several times a day. And then what else? Stretch, 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 swivel, 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 walk, walk, walk. Exercise your body once or twice a day. You'll never regret that. And then also stand guard at the door of your mind. Do not let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your head. This is your head, your brain, your frontal lobes, your consciousness. So really be careful now, because the news media, they've never been, this is a dream. This dream come to, if the news media could make this worse, they would do it, I promise you, because they are dying. The national media, is just going down the tubes, and like a drowning man, they'll grab at anything and overhype it. So, take all this stuff with a grain of salt and enjoy your life one day or one moment at a time. Today's the first day of the rest of your life. Make it a good one and do that every day. Next thing you know, you look back and think, boy, life's pretty good, isn't it? So anyway, guys, adios, at ease, carry on, bye-bye. And enjoy your life. You know what I mean? I hope this comes out okay. I mean, I'm sitting here, the camera's kind of at an angle, makes me look like, anyway, adios, guys. Bye-bye.